Hey gamer, today let's take a look at Samba De Amigo Party to Go that's now available on Apple Arcade. So let's shake a leg and get to the review. Samba De Amigo got its start way back in 1999. It's a rhythm game developed by Sega where you shake maracas in time with the prompts on screen. Fast forward a couple dozen years and the premise hasn't changed that much, if at all. You shake maracas in time with prompts on the screen. But you'll notice with the Apple Arcade version, we don't have any maracas. I mean, I checked MacRumors to see if we're getting a set of iMaracas or something, but don't count on it anytime soon. So that means that we're limited to using controller or touch controls. We'll circle back around to that in a bit. Let's talk a little bit more about the game itself. And my apologies in advance for the poor gameplay that you're about to see. When I was recording these videos, I had to turn the music off for obvious copyright reasons, and you'd be surprised how hard it is to play to the beat when there is no beat.
It was fun, I guess.
In Party to Go, there are two main modes. The rhythm mode, which just like in the original Samba, you choose a song from the carousel. There's a good amount of songs to choose from, and you set the difficulty and start shaking. Samba can suffer from what I feel a lot of rhythm games suffer from, and that's just insane backgrounds. Games like DDR and Guitar Hero and Taiko all have these insane backgrounds that sometimes can distract from the main action that you're supposed to be paying attention to. Thankfully, Samba has a setting where you can turn down the brightness of the background a bit. But it's supposed to be fun and stimulating and lighthearted. I mean, there's no real stakes here or anything. Or maybe there is. Because in Party to Go, there's now a story mode where Amigo, that's you, has to leave his small town behind, become famous, and go to space for some reason to find the perfect maraca. He returns to find that music is pretty much forbidden now because I honestly don't know why. The conversations were really long, so I just started skipping all of the story because we're not here for exposition, we're here to shake maracas. In the story mode, you'll progress along a map to unlock more missions and more money to accessorize with. You'll play with other characters that sometimes dress suggestively, I guess you would say, and you'll fight bosses in versus matches. So let's get back to those controls. Without the maracas, we're limited to touch controls and controller use. I started out playing on my iPhone using touch controls, and this isn't the first time that I've said this, but my stupid fingers just keep getting in the way. I then tried the controller on the Apple TV and iPad, and that works how you think it would. You flick the two thumbsticks in the direction of the prompt, and that way works pretty well, but you might get a little jumbled up trying to do the rapid shake in one direction. I then tried touch controls on the iPad, and that was a bit better with the extra screen real estate over the iPhone. Now you may know that Sega has a sister version of this game that was released on the Nintendo Switch called Samba De Amigo Party Central. I downloaded the demo because in this version, it gives you the option to shake the Joy-Cons like the maracas, which sounds great. But honestly, in the few songs that I played, I noticed that the accuracy was a little spongy, and it would almost accept any movement as correct. So out of the three control options, and I hate to say this, but I feel like the touch controls work best. I mean, it's a reflex-based game, and it translates better in my brain to just tap what I see. I know that Party Central will be a more fleshed out version with more songs and features than its Apple Arcade counterpart, but it's $40 on the Switch, and with Party to Go being included with Apple Arcade, that's pretty cool. So on to the rating. I'm going to give Samba De Amigo Party to Go a 3 out of 5, because it keeps that fun vibe that Samba's always had, but we need those maracas, man. That's the whole point. It's like Guitar Hero without the guitar or DDR without the pad. But if you want to try out some other rhythm games on Apple Arcade, try Taiko no Tatsujin, Pop Tap Beat, or one of my personal favorites, Thumper Pocket Edition Plus. Well, that's it for today. Be sure to like, subscribe, and all that to see more Apple Arcade game reviews, accessory reviews, and top 5 lists. Catch you next time.